Hi Taurus, welcome to your weekly scopes. Please keep in mind this is only a general reading. Take what feels right and with what resonates with your life experiences at the moment. So Taurus, first of all, it's a week that in terms of energy can feel very intense, very dramatic and with a lot of depth in it. So when we go into the realm of depth, of the profound underlying core of the issues surrounding our circumstances or our lives, either internally or externally, uh, it's a process where there's a lot of, it's a merging of energies with a lot of different type of emotions, different type of um, experiences that are trying to merge with each other to transform and create a new type of paradigm to your own way of relating to yourself and to others in your life. You have the three cards you have are three major arcanas, and all of them talk about redemption, transformation, letting go, the shadow, and the light. So it's strongly suggested that it's a week to look within, to look to your sense of power, even if you feel powerless by any chance right now. The feelings of powerless that you may feel or that you may have with you it's a situation related with your own shadow in terms of refusing to realize that what seems to chain you, what seems to bound you, what seems to enslave you in some way, it's it's a circumstance and it's a mindset created by yourself. So ultimately, it represents that you can free yourself from it. But let's begin with the main opportunity. The main opportunity is death. And as simply as we can say, it's an opportunity to let something die, which actually means it's an opportunity to let something live. Because we always have this paradoxical situations happening. There's always another side to the coin, and there's always another side to the story. So death is coming in terms of you understanding, you walking to a new concept of life. You transforming yourself, your core values, um, your core itself to an awakening to your own power and a feeling of empowerment of your life. And death for you especially can be connected with relationships, can be connected with the Scorpio season that it's coming. Maybe the Scorpio season from the end of October until the middle of November will be somehow important to you to understand this necessity to die to the old and be reborn to the new. And this is something that you will you will do if you understand the power inside of yourself. You will do willingly. You will ride the horse and kill whatever needs to be killed in a sense that you will realize there's a new dawn coming. And there are situations from the past and there are situations, issues inside of you that need to be uh, released in terms of redemption. Things you may have buried, hidden, uh, occult from yourself because you have a lot of fear to face your own shadow, or you have a sense of rejection to acknowledge that this shadow even exists, which is why Scorpio is the opposite sign of Taurus. It teaches you many important lessons about the dark aspect of our natures that Taurus usually tends to run away from because it's such a beautiful, peaceful, light aspected sign that builds and Scorpio destroys. So there's this beautiful interaction between these two signs, which is about values and power and emotions and desire. So also it's a week to tune into your desires, to realize the truth about your desires, and if you have been aligning yourself with them. The challenge is the devil, which also talks about desires, but when we channel these desires and these ambitions in a false way, in a way to fulfill emptiness, in a way to escape from the core issues that need to put this, need to shed this desire, this taste of desire in it, need to be flooded with it. Emptiness is created by this avoidance of putting the desires, expressing the desires in the right ways, in the right places. And so we corrupt ourselves many times in these feelings that it will be the money, it will be the relationship, it will be the power, it will be the materialistic side of life that will give us the power and the strength and the ability to survive, to tame this instinct, this natural instinct that it's much more raw and profound and hard to explain and hard to even grab because it's a feeling. It's not even a feeling. It's something much more deep that you cannot put in words. It's something that puts our soul expression in our physical body into motion. So your challenge is to face these instincts, is to face your negative uh, thoughts, feelings, desires, to be honest about them, to shed light into them so they can transform themselves into a new set of values, much more aligned with who you are and who you want to be. Also, your true values about love and about situations connected with the way you give and you take. The advice is the judgment. So you can see energetically this week is very heavy and promising. Heavy because unless you are a heavily Pluto Scorpio person, when we face these times where we really need to go deep inside, into the secret chambers that scare us, that we keep ourselves, that we avoid all of our lives to go into. It's heavy, it's scary because it feels like we are following into the darkness. But it's the more you fall and you let yourself fall this week, that the more you will rise. Because judgment is this last stage before achieving the maturity and the success and the full circle of your life. So you are in the stage of your life where you are almost graduating from a very important cycle, a very important stage of your life where you learn so many lessons. And this stage, it's in its phase of redemption, of letting yourself be open-hearted, open-minded about your own process of not just your own, about the own process of life, of death and life, of being born constantly in every single experience and transformed in every single experience you have. It's a process of rebirth and it's never easy or painless. And Taurus usually refuse or it's reluctant to accept change easily, which is understandable because they put so much effort, so much work in building, in being safe, and having this achievement on their hand, and then suddenly, why am I going to change? I feel so comfortable here. There's so much love poured into this. Why would I change? Why would I evolve? This is the problem. And there's an evolution, big evolution in terms of your soul, in terms of your core values, in terms of your outlook to yourself and to life. That's so profound right now. And it's so promising. But you will have to be strong, which you are, and patient to see the light coming. This is the hardest part of it, to see the light coming in the middle of all this heaviness, in the middle of all these shadows murmuring to you, sibling. But judgment is about having also an honest look at your past, understanding lessons now that maybe you didn't get in the past, and maybe that's why they are resurfacing. It's an outlook, the final outlook of past situations that you need to release. But before you release, you actually need to understand in a more, in a deeper way. And the way out of this, to put the challenge into the opportunity, is to face it. To not be scared of the devil, because the devil is a part of yourself. There's no point in being scared of yourself. You need to integrate your animal, instinctual side with the light. And for that, you need to transform, and you need to die and be reborn again. And in whatever situation this applies, this week you are very spiritual oriented and very spiritual guided, and it's events in your life that are putting you, as harder as they may seem, they are putting you in the right path to your soul's purpose. So what more beautiful than that? So, Taurus, I wish you a great week. Thank you for listening, liking, subscribing, and hopefully we'll see each other next one.